After separating sparring Colorado Republicans to their respective corners briefly, a judge says they can fight again. Judge lifted an order keeping Republicans from trying to vote out Party Chair Dave Williams for his well-publicized tomfoolery. Politics guy Marshall Zellinger is along. And Marshall, the judge did something that we find to be admirable around here. Admitted a mistake.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? When this judge learned the inner workings of the Colorado Republican Party, the judge ruled that he can't get involved yet because the Republican Party has not exhausted internal efforts just yet. And so he did away with the temporary restraining order that he granted, which had prevented the party leaders from trying to oust Williams as party chair. And that meeting, to try to remove Williams, is now rescheduled for later this month. But not if Williams can help it. It's the latest in the ever-spinning world that is, as the Colorado GOP turns. Todd Watkins, vice chair of the El Paso County Republicans, and Nancy Pelosi, chair of the Jeffco Republicans, are two of the Colorado Republican Party's 400 or so Central Committee members. They just won in court after an Arapahoe County judge ruled he lacked jurisdiction to issue a temporary restraining order, which stopped their July meeting to try to remove Dave Williams as party chair.
Political parties, kind of like churches, kind of like charitable organizations, right? They get to decide for themselves how to organize themselves.
Chris Murray is the attorney who helped Watkins and Pelosi get a judge to get out of the way. Watkins submitted the names of 113 people who say they want to hold a vote to remove Williams as chair. The party's executive committee rejected those signatures because Watkins did not provide a paper trail confirming those people knew what they were supporting. The party then sued to prevent Watkins from holding a July 27th meeting at a Brighton church to try to remove Williams. The judge granted a temporary restraining order preventing that meeting until yesterday, when the judge learned it was the executive committee that rejected the signatures and not the party's larger central committee.
Until the highest body or highest authority of a political party, which in Colorado is the state central committee, has acted, courts can't get involved.
When Party Vice Chair Hope Scheppelman held a meeting under a bridge in Bayfield last month, she scheduled the next meeting for August 31st. Fresh off his court victory, Watkins has now called for a meeting on August 24th. Williams and the party called that meeting invalid and illegal. But if a third of the 400 Central Committee members show up, there would be enough to vote to remove Williams and other party leaders.
Really, where it leaves us is the folks who called the meeting either have the votes to get what they want or they don't.
So that July meeting that couldn't really happen because of the temporary restraining order, there were enough members there to hold a vote, but they just never did official business. So this August 24th meeting that the party leaders, Dave Williams, Hope Scheppelman, call invalid and illegal, if enough people show up, it's possible they vote to oust those leaders, which then at the next meeting, perhaps it leads to a lawsuit again to then get the judge involved and say, now you have the power. We don't think that meeting should have counted. Put us back in charge.
All of this, of course, happening at a time when what Colorado Republicans should be doing is preparing to win some elections in November, but instead you got people hiding under bridges like fairy tale trolls.
Yeah, I think if you ask the other party, the Democratic Party, they would talk about this is the time of year when you're fundraising for candidates, you're putting flyers and mailers out and making phone calls for candidates, and that's not what's happening universally. It's happening, I'm sure, in some sections, but not universally with the Republican Party.
Well, they sure have put the fun in dysfunctional. All right, Marshall Zellinger, thank you.